We're not gonna. You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your
trigger fingers.
I say that's the
Terminator.
So? What'll I make you?
Target shooters.
Top of the morning to all y'all millions and billions of followers, fans, and subscribers out there in YouTube land. We got another Terminator build going out in today's post, so I just wanted to do a walk around on this build real quick for you guys out there. Venturi Avenger Bullpup Terminator bottle conversion in conjunction with alien air guns. What we have here for you today: Terminator Venturi Avenger Bullpup bottle version. Turned out pretty cool. It's running the Terminator bully band. You'll notice there's quite a bit of twist in the barrel shroud and the optics mounting points. The bully band chassis stiffener gives you the biggest improvement in overall ability to hold everything straight in line for point of impact reliability. And then the rear optic support is probably the second most important thing that you can get to keep everything straight and in line, because the optics rail will tend to be able to twist without this mount. I also had one customer report back to me that their optics rail bent down because they dropped the rifle on the back part of the scope, and it knocked this down. So this will keep that from happening, and also keep the optics rail straight in line with your barrel. Moving back, we have the Terminator low-rise cheek weld. The reason for this piece here is because the optics rail on the Avenger Bullpup is mounted really high. If you compare that to the Avenger, you know, the optics Picatinny rail is down here, but on the Bullpup it's up here. So typically with your mid and high scope rings, your scope is like really high, and the OEM cheek piece lines you up with that. But if you want to get your scope lower, closer to the barrel center, which would be more typical to what you would find in your other PCPs, so that you'll have like the same trajectory and you won't have to get used to a totally different trajectory than all your other PCPs, you'll probably want to run low mounts, scope rings like what I have here. But then the OEM cheek piece is kind of too high for that, even at the lowest setting. So we have the low pro cheek weld, which gets you a good eye relief for when you mount your scope close to the center line of the barrel bore. With the bottle mounted on the adapter to a short air tube, you know, it sticks it way out there, so we tie everything together with the front bottle band so that the bottle is reinforced. It further reinforces the shroud and everything's tight. And then right here, the Avenger Bullpup is very tall. It kind of has a tendency to tip over when you use like a narrower bipod, but we developed a Terminator target stabilizer bipod, which accepts a standard M-lock bipod, and it's pretty tall and very wide, so it gives you a real stable platform, so your Bullpup's not going to tip over on you on the stand, fall off the sandbag, tip over and land on the table, or even fall over onto the ground. That's definitely something you don't want to happen. So Terminator target stabilizer bipod with the M-locks comes in handy. It's adjustable folding. Set it up how you want it according to your shooting ledge. Like if you're in a hide, you might want to roll it back like this or something, but I like to have it out front for stability. Got the matching gauge covers for the kit. Inside the shroud, we're running the Terminator Harmonics dampening setup.
These work real good at holding the barrel perfectly in the center of the shroud. and dissipating the harmonics vibrations. Peep the link in the description for any of these parts.
Also on this PCP, since it's calibered in 25, they're pretty loud. So I've got our Terminator air stripper and baffle set internally of the shroud right here.
This is what the kit looks like that's in this Avenger.
And then it's followed up with the Short Dog LDC, carbon fiber version. So together it makes this PCP very quiet, because you get about 4 to 5 decibels reduction here, and then about 9 decibels reduction here. So overall you're like 13-14 decibels quieter than OEM, which makes it really quiet. We tuned the trigger on this, and then as far as the power tune on this PCP, it's set up at 48 foot-pounds, which is about 920 feet per second for your 25 grain JSBs. Now, we were getting, when I did a shot string on this, we ended up getting 115 shots per fill at that tune. So that was 920 feet per second with JSB 25s, and with alloy pellets it was 1075 feet per second. So based on those numbers, if we were to tune this for power, we'd probably get like, I would say like 90 shots per fill, 85 to 90 shots per fill, to run like high power 34 grain Mark II heavies, or running heavier slugs through here. And then as far as if we wanted to get max shot count, we could run the alloys and back down the power and get probably close to 200 shots per fill with this bottle add-on. This kit runs 2 OEM short tubes, the adapter, and then a 300cc bottle. So we have a total of 420 cc's overall of air capacity. It would be possible to probably run a longer bottle, like a 420 or 500, but it could be done. But yeah, your bottle would come out to yay far. So you could even get more shots per fill with this bottle adapter if you wanted to put a longer bottle on there. And then yeah, some of the other things I like about this PCP is like, you can run the high capacity mags like this one I have from Hajimoto. They're really nice, and since it doesn't interfere with the scope rings, you can still run your low scope rings and the high capacity mag at the same time. And then yeah, it's really accurate with a whole bunch of variety of projectiles. We tested a few different LDCs, and the Short Dog ended up being the most accurate. Whenever I do a build, I always compare a bunch of different LDCs on it to find the best accuracy. You know, some of our builds prefer the Wiener Dog, others prefer the Short Dog, and then of course with the 30s we run the 30 Dog XL Magnum. But yeah, front muzzle setup is probably one of the most important things as far as accuracy, is finding the right LDC that matches up good with the build. And then of course if you change your power settings, you know, the turbulence inside the LDC might affect the projectile differently, and then it might prefer a different LDC. So having a few LDCs handy by, like having the Wiener Dog and having the Short Dog, and then having maybe a few Donnie FLs laying around, and just test them when you're doing your grouping. The front LDC has probably just as big or even a bigger impact on accuracy as like your velocity tuning, you know, your hammer spring and your brake setting. So yeah, that's just a tuning tip for you guys out there. And then I've also noticed with these, when you add the air stripper and baffle set, it tends to tighten up the grouping a little bit for some reason.
So here's some of the groupings that I got at my 40-yard test range outdoors. I was just shooting off a bipod, no rear sandbag, just running through some ammo, and at that tune it was able to shoot a pretty good variety of projectiles with good accuracy, as you can see right there. But yeah, just 5 shots each group with pretty good clustering.
So yeah, that's about all I got for you guys on this build today. This is going out to Francisco in California. He's gonna pop some caps off with it when he gets it. And yeah, He's going to be enjoying it all day long with 115 shots per fill. He'll be able to shoot in his targets and put them critters down in the yard and out on the permission. So anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next build or the next video.